Good afternoon and welcome to this Friday, July 26th edition of the Butler Beat in Indianapolis. I'm Jonathan Heng.
And I'm Caroline Simpson. Breaking news this half hour. It was the moment the Royal Watchers had been waiting for. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge appeared on the steps of St Mary's Hospital in London yesterday to present their new son to the world. Vladimir Dufir is live in London with the details.
Well, he's got a good pair of lungs on him, that's for sure.
The morning after a truly royal debut, Britain is still beaming over the latest member of the royal family. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge presented their new son to the world Tuesday amid a crowd of reporters, photographers, and well-wishers. Prince William joked his new son thankfully had his mother's looks and said he had already tried his hand at one of the trickier duties of fatherhood.
He's done his first nephew already.
It's good.
It's very, very good.
Prince Charles gave his seal of approval after visiting his first grandchild before the couple left the hospital. Carol and Michael Middleton agreed, calling the new prince absolutely beautiful.
And we're so thrilled.
The question on everybody's mind, what about the moniker for the future monarch?
We're still working on a name, so we'll have that as soon as we can.
British bookmakers have James as the odds-on favourite, followed by Henry, George, Philip, Alexander and Richard. What do you think the name will be? Share your vote with us on Twitter, #TheRoyalBaby at BBSummer2013. The subject of marriage equality remains a heated topic around the world. In recent news, Russia's President Vladimir Putin has signed a law that is anti-gay. It allows police officers to arrest tourists, foreign nationals, and they suspect of being homosexual, lesbian, or pro-gay, and detain them for up to 14 days. In comparison, in Britain, Queen Elizabeth last week gave her stamp of approval for gay marriage. Britain's bill, which will be cleared in Parliament on Tuesday, will allow couples to marry as of 2014 in both civil unions and religious ceremonies. All eyes will, however, remain on Russia, which is hosting the 2014 Winter Olympics in less than 6 months.
2 US military aircrafts have dropped bombs near the Great Barrier Reef off the Australian coast on Sunday. The US Navy claims the 2 Marine planes had to abandon the bombs because they were running out of fuel and feared they wouldn't be able to land the aircraft unless they dropped some of their weight. The Navy says 2 of the bombs were non-explosive, the other 2 were explosive but were disarmed before they were dropped and did not detonate. The pilots released the bombs in an area away from the reefs deep enough to prevent passing ships from colliding into them. The Great Barrier Reef is home to thousands of animal species and is a habitat for animals already threatened by extinction. Still in the ocean, 2 sardine divers had a close encounter with a couple of humpback whales off the coast of California. While feeding on a school of fish, the whales broke the ocean surface, narrowly missing the divers.
You're gonna have to do more to clean that wetsuit.
I just gonna happen.
I knew it was gonna happen. Fucking they start going up, I was like, oh. You ever see the sea lions chasing us?
That was a pretty close call.
I'll say, John. Closer to home though, Butler University has been invaded by the arrival of 12 Australian students studying for a three-week program. Many of the students and faculty have heard these fun, wild and crazy Aussies running around the halls of the Resco building. I report on this invasion. As you're probably well aware, my accent doesn't portray the typically Midwest Indianapolis drawl. I'm Australian and I'm here with 9 of my fellow Flinders University students from Adelaide and 2 Macquarie University students from Sydney. Let's see what this Australian invasion is all about. Guiding and teaching us across these 3 weeks is Eric Esterline.
The objectives of the course for the Australian students coming over here to Butler University were basically to get them involved in TV news production and experiences, because I think where they're coming from, it's more film and cinema based. We'd really like to give them a feel for how the TV news structure works here. We can do that a lot of different ways. We're taking some trips up to Chicago to take a look at some of the news production that goes on there. The final goal at the end of the 3 weeks will be for them to put together their own newscast with their own stories. So we have jobs everywhere from producer, anchor, behind the scenes, as well as technical director, audio, camera work, and that sort of thing. And besides some of this too is also just giving them a feel for what media in general is like here in the United States.
Let's find out more about our Australian students and get to see how their experience has been at Butler so far.
My favourite thing about the course at Butler is using the TV studios. It's great fun to have a look in there and play around with the equipment.
My favourite part so far has been learning about US media.
My favourite thing about Butler University is definitely the facilities. Getting to work in the TV studio has been a really awesome experience.
I think it's safe to say that these True Blue Australians are really leaving their mark on campus. We're really excited to see what they film, edit and create over the 3 weeks with us at Butler. Stay tuned for upcoming stories on our Butler University Australian invasion. This was Caroline Simpson for the Butler Beat. See you later, alligator.
Coming up, fountain hopping, an underground tradition at Butler University that helps students stay cool over the warm summer nights.
And where have all the students on Butler University gone? We investigate reasons why it is so quiet on campus. Welcome back. You're watching the Butler Beat. Reporter Melody Bostic investigates the sudden disappearances that have occurred at Butler University this summer in order to find out why there are no students.
Reporting from Butler University, Indianapolis, where a series of strange occurrences have been happening over the past couple of weeks. Usually, this time of year, the campus is bursting with student activity. However, the university is now a desolated carcass of what used to be a joyous place to live. Though authorities are investigating the mysterious disappearances, they have not yet reached a conclusion, though several theories have been put forward. Rumours speculate that a rabid dog who used to be the university mascot is now surviving on human flesh.
But there's a dog that caused all of it. When I was 5 years old, I had a squirrel, and then my brother ate it. And that's what this dog is doing. It's going around eating all the squirrels, all the people, all the everything. And it's gonna eat you. So here's my message. Get yourself a shotgun and a bazooka.
The only life on campus seems to be the employees of Starbucks who refuse to be interviewed. Some of the surviving students have been taking to avoiding Starbucks, claiming they may be responsible for the sudden disappearances.
So my mama came here and she was all like, I need a drink because I'm thirsty. So I said, dude, there's a Starbucks. But you gotta beware because this Starbucks is poison. It poisoned everyone. It poisoned my cousin Rufy, my other cousin Speed.
What do you have to say about the recent disappearances on campus?
It's summer holidays.
As you can see, there are no logical reasons for these disappearances. Zombie apocalypse, flesh-eating dog attacks, poisoning via frappuccino, or freak paranormal activity. Although there is no conclusive evidence as of yet, it is clear something strange is happening on campus. Keep watching in the coming days for more information. I'm Melody Bostic.
And right now, the tradition known as fountain hopping has been increasing in popularity amongst Butler University students. Laura has more.
It's summer here in Butler University, Indianapolis, and the fountain hopping season is in full swing. But what exactly is fountain hopping? The team are at the university to find out what this summer craze is. Fountain hopping, according to UrbanDictionary.com, is the act of running across the city, town, or campus from fountain to fountain, spending a few minutes waiting and splashing. In order to be properly executed, great vigour and enthusiasm should be employed. We talked to students around campus and found out a few things involved with fountain hopping. The act is always done at night because it is less likely to be caught by the BUPD or other authorities around campus. The participants jump in any of the 5 campus fountains, splash about and take photos. A lot of them are uploaded to social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter.
So I've heard about fountain hopping. It seems to be a bit of a campus ritual.
Yeah, I went on my 3rd day here.
I think it's safe to say I'm a little bit excited to get that done while I'm here.
It was fun because we just ran around. It was really nice out. It was warm, and we jumped in all the fountains.
Our followers on Twitter also share their thoughts.
Our unit went together when I first moved as a freshman. We had heard it was a campus tradition and wanted to knock it off our bucket list. It was an interesting way to get to know my neighbours, that's for sure. We even went to the one in the library, though I wasn't brave enough to actually get in it, like some of the others.
To all freshmen and other students starting the new school year, this is a Butler tradition that you want to put at the top of your college experience bucket list. I'm Laura Franklin for Butler Beat News.
Well, that is certainly one way to beat the summer heat.
Coming up after the break, Laura is bringing us the weather forecast for the remainder of the week.
And Butler Housing at Resco. Reporters investigate the living conditions within this facility. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. You're watching the Butler Beat. Last week, the Midwest experienced some extreme weather conditions with many struggling to stay cool. Let's cross to Laura Franklin for the weekend forecast. Laura?
Thanks, guys. Well, this weekend it's looking like it's going to stay hot, just like this week. Today is looking cloudy with a maximum of 84 degrees and a staggering 91% humidity. Saturday it's cooling down again with 74 and Sunday following with 75, both with a chance of rainfall. Next week it's heating up again, all in the mid-80s, with Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday looking like it's going to have rain. Well, I'm Laura Franklin. Hope you're staying cool. Back to you.
Lucky to be in the studio right now, out of that humidity.
How will you be keeping cool this weekend? Share your ideas with us on Twitter, #BeatTheHeat at BBSummer2013.
Roland Chickenberger reports on the poor living conditions at Butler University's Resco.
Abandoned hallways, no kitchen facilities, and the closest food source is 5 miles away. This place falls short of even prison standards. Come with me, Roland Chickenberger, as we embark on a journey that is not for the faint of heart. Welcome to Resco at Butler University in Indianapolis, where Australian exchange students come every summer to experience a college lifestyle. After receiving several desperate pleas from students, we have no choice but to come out here and take a look for ourselves. As I arrived in Butler University for the first time, I couldn't help but feel like I was in a ghost town. The campus seemed abandoned. Once inside the residence, we gained access to other students living within these concrete slabs.
We don't have dining conditions. There's a dining area downstairs, but it's all blocked off. We just have a tiny kitchen on our second floor, which about 40 people probably might use.
Dining facilities, yeah, we don't really have any at all.
So how are the living conditions at Resco?
Fucking horrible.
The kitchen, we didn't get like a fridge, we just got a microwave, no like cutlery or anything. In my room, the shower was cold and basically just dripped. So basically I've been having cold showers for a few days.
Hope came to these students in the form of a bar fridge to be shared amongst all of them, but sadly it never worked and destroyed all the produce inside.
Well, I eat on the floor with my hands. I've forgotten what a plate looks like.
Do you want to go home?
Home.
Well, there looks to be no hope for these young, attractive Australian exchange students. We've tried to contact the proper authorities here at Butler University, but all phones have been disconnected. Stay tuned for our follow-up story on today's events. Coming up next, twerking. I'm Roland Chickenberger, Channel 69 News. Lucky those Aussies have a good sense of humour. We have it on good authority that they are making the most of their stay in Resco despite the report.
And coming up after the break, Andy Scholes will be bringing us that much anticipated sports update. Don't go away.
Welcome back to the Butler Beat. Sports fans, we don't need to tell you what is well and truly baseball season. Let's go now to Andy Scholes for the overnight update in sports.
With Headline Sports, I'm Andy Scholes. Tampa Bay Rays hoping to take control over the AL East, but they would have to go through Boston. Top of the fourth, John Lester gets James Loney on the check swing for the strikeout. Lester matched his season high with 8 strikeouts in the game. Bottom of the 8th now with runners in scoring position. Boston's Jose Iglesias hits a chopper over the head of Evan Longoria. 2 runs come in. Boston goes on to get the win and remain in first place. Meanwhile, the Dodgers and Blue Jays playing a thriller in Toronto. Top of the 8th, Dodgers down 2. Adrian Gonzalez smacks a 3-run homer to center to give LA the lead. Bottom of the 9th, Blue Jays threatening, but Brett Lowry flies out to left, ending the scare. Dodgers hold on for the win. It was Star Wars night at Citi Field as the Braves faced the Mets. Top of the 1st, Evan Gattis hits it to center. Jason Hayward trying to score, but Juan Lagares with the rifle arm. Hayward tagged out at home. Bottom of the 6th, tied at 1. Ike Davis hits this one off the fence and right for the RBI double. Same inning, John Buck goes up the middle for the RBI single. Mets go on to win the game 3-1. With Headline Sports, I'm Andy Scholes.
There was pandemonium on Monday at the Atlanta Zoo in Georgia, where zoo staff received a pleasant surprise. Lun Lun, a 15-year-old giant panda, gave birth to twins. Barely larger than a human hand, the cute pair are the first panda twins born in America in over 20 years. While there were no complications with the birth and both calves are of a healthy weight, they're being closely monitored by the zoo staff. Keeping with the Chinese tradition, the cubs will not be named until 100 days after their birth and will be presented to the public later on this year.
Well, they certainly are not what I thought baby pandas would look like. Congratulations, Mama Panda and the Atlanta Zoo. It really is a day about babies.
Princes and babies, cute babies everywhere. Well, that's it for... Oh, wait. Our floor manager is just getting word. Yes, Prince William and Kate Middleton have named their son.
Official word, the prince has been named George Alexander Louis. That was George Alexander Louis, third in line to the throne, His Royal Highness Prince George of Cambridge.
Prince George. A name we'll be hearing for many years to come. What a legacy. Now that is well and truly it for this edition of the Butler Beat. Thank you for watching and make sure you have a great weekend.
Goodbye, Indianapolis.